Just hear the turd drop down the window.
Okay, we are now live. I hope it started with Aaron saying dropping the turd
really
out the
hope
window.
that.
Oh,
I don't think it did. It didn't.
How did?
Absolute bummer.
It does start with you saying, "I hope Aaron's
I
turd
hope.
dropped out the window." Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
That's how we start.
I'm
That's how we do it from now on. That's just the way the cookie.
Well, it does. It happens every time. Someone says something as I click the live button. And I say, I hope it's not them saying that, and it just opens with me saying that.
It's like a catchphrase. It's fun and enjoyable, you know.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I got double audio. Right, there we are. So, good evening, everyone. I hope we're all well. See you later.
Original one.
No, that's the end. That's the end. Bye.
Yeah. Cheers.
So we've got an awesome guest with us tonight. We've got Warren Wentworth coming on with us this evening. Warren's going to be opening up a show with us this weekend, actually, Saturday, down in Boscombe, just adjacent to Bournemouth. And that is at the Obsidian bar. We've not played there before, but we've seen a few bands play there, and it's really cool. It's a fairly new venue. Good evening, Marie. Hello.
Hello.
This is so it's a fairly new venue. It's really cool. The decoration around the place is absolutely fantastic. It's trippy. It feels like Alice in Wonderland. But yeah, the posters everywhere. I love it. Like you got like the.
I just threw my mic on the floor.
And
it's fine. Repeat what you just said because you probably just heard me.
No, I didn't hear anything. You're all right.
It came. I saw it in my mixer. But...
We're very professional here.
As you can tell.
On the Regional One live streams, it's how we do. But yeah, so Obsidian this weekend on Saturday. If you can make it, please do come down. If you can't make it and you're not busy tomorrow, we are playing in Wareham at the Sanford pub. That's for a Funky Thursdays appearance. We're on just gone 10 o'clock, but there's loads of acts on tomorrow evening. So come on down. We'll be there. We'll be hanging out. I'm going to get a meal there even. I'm ready for that.
It's going all out.
I haven't had a pub grub in a while, so I'm excited for that, all right?
I'm going to get some of Wareham's finest ham.
Hey.
Yes.
Where ham?
Yeah,
Where ham?
Yes.
Where is the ham?
That was a top tier joke. That was the best one you ever made on stream.
You didn't tell me you were a father.
That's the best one. Oh no. That's a pretty low bar, isn't it?
Good evening, Jacob. Good to see you, man. Right, so I think we should probably bring Warren in. I'm gonna
just sat there on his own.
I'm gonna go grab him. I like to get the numbers up a bit first, you know.
Go get him.
Right, I'll be right back.
Pre-stream chat.
He's gone right now. Now that he's gone,
chat shit about him.
Yeah, we can chat shit. Fucking Simon Ball.
Simon.
Regional One singer.
He's not even one ball. He's two balls.
He's literally balls. Simon Ball.
Literally balls.
Oh yeah, there you go. He's need. Oh,
okay.
Hello.
Okay.
What's up?
Readjust everyone's name. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Good evening. Welcome, Warren.
Thank you. Happy to be here, guys.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to Saturday. Looking forward to tonight as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good vibe.
Absolutely. So, why don't you just introduce yourself to the guys watching? Tell us a bit about what you do and what kind of music you play.
Cool. Yeah. So my name is Warren Wentworth. I play a bit of guitar, bit of piano, write like indie rock kind of stuff. We cover quite a few different, everyone says this, but we have quite a range of genres. We've got everything from like big spacey like Killers kind of anthemic kind of shit, and then through to like your more Black Keys, down and dirty kind of vibe. So just a bit of good old fashioned guitar music, I guess. Just whatever takes our fancy.
Yeah, man. I think Aaron, was it with you that I went to see? I think it was the Who's Amy show. You were opening up, and that's how we got in touch with you initially. We just really liked your sound. Thought it was really, really fun, especially those darker bluesier sounds. We really like that. So really looking forward. Yeah, man. Really looking forward to hearing it live again. You know, and you've got your full band with you tomorrow, Saturday. Is that right?
Yeah. So I got the boys, Michael and Tom.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be doing what we do really. This set's going to be slightly different to what we would normally do if we have like basically have quite a lot of backline for our usual like headline set. So what we've done is we basically sacked off all the poppy like synthy keyboardy ones, and we're just going to play fast and loose kind of guitars, get it a bit more rock and roll kind of vibe.
Good
Nice,
stuff.
man. That'll be good. Yeah, that'll suit the night, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Listening to your guys' stuff as well, that kind of more alt rock vibe, kind of heavier, dirtier shit. We want to kind of, we want to be on that level as well. So
Nice, man. Yeah, really looking forward to that. So one of the first questions we like to ask is sort of how did the act come about? Did you start off solo and then add the band to it, or was it initially a band endeavor?
yeah, so I've played music since I was like 8 years old. The drums is my first love. Always loved drums. So when I was a kid, my
Nice.
parents bought
Good
me a
stuff.
drum kit. Yeah, there's always yeah.
So you can probably,
Um,
it's like you could spot the drummers. Look at them.
Drummer.
Nodding
yeah,
away.
yeah.
No, both of them. Look at them. Fucking
Loving it.
We
Yeah,
like
so I
drum.
started on drums, went through guitar, taught myself to sing when I was a teenager. I say taught myself, like I'm not going to say I'm the best singer, just kind of learned how to make noises.
Joe in the shower. Is what
No,
you're
yeah, literally. But yeah, I used to play a lot in, oh God, I was like 12 years old when I joined my first band, and that was all like your classic, like
What was
AC/DC
it
and
called?
Hendrix
What was
covers.
your 12-year-old band called? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I was in two bands back then. There was one was Vicious Circle or Vicious Cycle. I can never remember which one. I
To be honest,
it
hey,
changed. Every
as
single
a
band practice, it
12-year-old band
changed.
goes, that's pretty
Yeah,
good as a name.
ahead of our
Vicious
time there.
Cycle.
We were shit. But and then I was in a band with a friend of mine, Alex, his brother Tom, their sister Lucy, and then my other mate Tom, and they were called Sibling Rivalry.
Nice. Hey, as far as
Yeah,
band names
God,
go, that's not
you know
too
what?
bad. You
Not the
know?
not the
Yeah.
But yeah,
think-
that was good fun. That was all like, yeah, basically Alex was a sick bassist, and then Tom was a sick guitarist, and they were like, cool. Well, we're gonna play songs that are just fucking guitar solos. So it's all your classic like Iron Maiden, Shredfest, and fucking Jimi Hendrix, and all the big classic rock bangers. At the time, I just wanted to play like Slipknot and fucking double bass kicks. That was it. But it was good fun. We were rubbish as you always are as kids, but we had a great time. And then when I was, I played a lot of solo stuff as a teenager. I was really into my more folky kind of fingerstyle guitar. Listened to a lot of Ben Howard's earlier stuff when he was first kind of releasing that stuff. Really liked that. Really kind of like my spacey, like big kind of expansive music. So listened to quite a bit of post rock as well. Kind of deviated for a few years in my mid to late teens and was into just like melodic hardcore for a while and just like heavy shit. Played in a couple of hardcore bands, nothing serious, just like circle pits and windmills just for like a couple of gigs. And then that was that. And then I don't know, I just kind of like when I started releasing under my name, it was all solo stuff, and it was all like Ben Howard, like Bon Iver, kind of James Blakey, synth influence, like fingerstyle. And then just as I progressed, I don't know, I got into kind of this habit of making this kind of music that I thought I should be making, and I was like, I want to be like Bon Iver, and I want to just make Bon Iver tunes. And then I kind of loosened up and kind of learned to enjoy writing a bit more, and then just random bits and bobs came out, and it kind of put me where I am now, where it's kind of a bit more indie rock, a bit more like lighthearted, I guess.
Nice.
It's not just like 8-minute like synth intros.
Yeah.
And then about a year ago, I started looking for a band, and Michael, my bassist, he was studying music production at Solent University. And so a few years ago, he was needing someone to come and record his final project song. And he asked me, because he's friends with my younger brother, a lot of strings here. But he pulled me in, and we got along really well. And we were like, oh, cool, well, should we start a little band? Like, you come play with me, I've got a bunch of songs. So he joined, and then about a year ago, we got Tom involved, our drummer, and it's just been like a good vibe ever since. Yeah.
Nice,
And,
man. Awesome.
Just fucking around making noise.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Guys, just out of curiosity, any band names you had when you were younger? Go around the circle.
Right, all right. So the only like band thing I did when I was super young. So when I was basically I was born down here, and then I moved up to Southampton way when I was like 9, 10. maybe younger than that probably. But we moved into the house that I'm talking about when I was like 9, 10. And the dude next door was a dude who was like 1 year younger than I am, and he was a drummer. He was learning drums. So we'd always go around. I'd always go around there and like play drums. And then like his brother, who was like the same age as him, they were like a little year apart or so. I don't really know. He got a bass guitar, so we were around there playing shit a lot. And I remember distinctly recording like it was a cover of Paranoid. So that was like one of the first things I ever recorded, by the way. It was a cover of Paranoid. And he uploaded it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I put it on YouTube. I made this sick title." And I went over there, and he's made like this. He made it in fucking PowerPoint, and it was like an animated thing, and he called it "Shaking Tombstones." There was little little PNGs of tombstones. That's it. That's what I remember distinctly. So yeah, yours is solid compared to that, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I rate that. I might have to change.
Yeah,
my
mate, that's the way. I wonder if it's still there. Hang on a minute. There's no
Shaking
way I'll be able to find
tombstones,
it
dude.
in a million years. But if I do, I'll do it.
Mission is on now. You have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally haven't talked to this guy in years either. I haven't said to him, yo, yeah, we gotta get to shaking
Look
tombstones.
that up.
Shaking Tombstones reunion.
Yeah, we'll open. Have another opening band.
Aaron, I can see you jumping at the bit there. What you got for us, man?
Okay, if you want to, yeah. Well, my first ever band, I got with a couple of guys in school and everything, and we sort of all been playing our instruments for the, you know when you play for like a week and then you go, yeah, we're gonna be rock stars, we're gonna be awesome. And we decided the first ever band I was in would be called Titanium Massacre.
Nice, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice, memorable, yeah.
As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, I got the cringes one.
You just gone to like rock band and hit auto
You think?
generator. Like bonk. Ah yes, Titanium
Titanium
Massacre.
That's how you do it, man. Did you have any, Callum?
Huh?
Did you have any?
Have any what?
Yeah.
He got you, man.
No, you guys are my first band.
Oh, we slayed him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, actually, no. I've got one more honourable mention as well. One more honourable mention.
The king
We,
of cringe.
Yeah. No, this one's good. So it was. This was like probably around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. And I remember like it was right when like Guitar Hero World Tour came out, and we obviously had like the auto generate for band names on there, and it generated Rundown Scum, which is phenomenal. And we changed the S to $.
Nice.
But the $sign was like lowercase, so it just said "Rundown $cum." that was another honourable mention.
That's
yeah,
a pretty good one, man.
Rundown.
Yeah.
Cum as well. We'll get
I was
that
in a
back.
band for quite a while called Dark Calling, and we were like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but
I
hey,
remember that.
do you know what we wrote? We wrote like a full EP and recorded it and everything. It was good fun. I'd like to say we all sucked, but mainly I sucked. The other guys were pretty good. But I was just learning to sing, you know. Just when I say learning, I was just getting on stage and working out as I went along.
Shouting at people.
I was like yourself, Warren. I was drummer originally, so I hopped on vocals because they couldn't find a vocalist, basically. So yeah, that's
Drummers
the
are
way.
so easy to find.
Yeah, what the hell, right?
It's
Yeah,
everywhere.
man.
It's nice
So-
to know that everyone else has their roots in Guitar Hero, though. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
everyone does.
We
Yeah.
still do a cover of a song called Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, and I learnt that song. That's one of the songs I actually got better at singing with on Guitar Hero World Tour. So that one
Yeah.
stuck.
We should do like a Guitar Hero gig. We all just play songs from
No.
Guitar Hero.
Oh,
long as we call
I
it
thought you were gonna say
No, or we just play Guitar Hero. Yeah, that's a great idea. Mate.
that did happen. That did happen. A band went
Yeah.
on tour playing Guitar Hero bits, and they constantly had stuff thrown at them and booed off stage. Yeah, that
It's
actually
called Dragon
happened.
Force.
Anyway,
You know all the bangers from Guitar Hero?
oh, it was good, man. So, Warren, so people get a bit of a better idea. I know you mentioned a few sort of acts and sounds that you go for, but the main sort of, let's say, 3 bands or artists that musically inspire the Warren Wentworth sound.
I mean, you'll probably appreciate that's always a tough question because there's never ever really just three, is there? Or like people like give me
No,
number
you must
one.
answer it now.
Oh, I've got my notepad here. Like it's just like I love at the moment. I really love, and me and Michael went to see recently the War on Drugs. First listened to them and fucking love them. That kind of Philadelphia rock vibe, bit of synthy stuff. I felt like the first time I listened to them was their Lost in the Dream album, and that's very ambient, and I loved it because it's like a big vibe. But I wanted to kind of run with that and make it a little bit more concise, so a little more hooky, that kind of thing. So War on Drugs, and they're wicked live as well. Their musicianship is insane. Like just, I mean, they've been playing together for like 30 odd years or something. 35 years, I think it is, mental. So they just have that crazy chemistry on stage. So they're a massive influence in terms of like the level I want to be at. They're wicked. Probably got to shout out Foo Fighters. Like Foo Fighters was a
Yeah,
massive
boy.
part of my early musical journey. Listening to the One by One album in the car with my dad is like one of my absolute core memories, and just being absolutely blown away by the drum lines in that, just incredible. And then all of their work since then is obviously fucking incredible. And obviously big shout out to Taylor Hawkins, RIP, massive
Yeah,
influence on me. And what I've realized recently is massive influence on so many people. Definitely as a drummer, incredible. So yeah, so I got Foo Fighters, got War on Drugs, who's like a current listen. And then I probably have to shout out Bon Iver. I don't know how much any of you guys have listened to Bon Iver.
no, man, I don't know.
Yeah, so this is you either get people that are like crazy obsessed fans like me, or people that have no fucking clue. And it's really hard to describe the kind of music it is. But it's like started off as really folky, really kind of sad, like imagine you're like your Twilight soundtrack kind of shit. And then moved now it's all like sample based, a lot of synths, really, really unique. I recommend listening. Just in terms of like musical creativity, it's really cool. It's
What was
like
that called?
Bon Iver, Boniver.
So
You
the,
probably recognize a couple songs. He did "Skinny Love," which Birdie famously covered a few years ago on it's a Christmas number one or some shit. You probably recognize it. But he plays with like 11-piece band. They got two drummers.
Shit, he's one of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of them. Fat horn section. Yeah, two drummers always blows my mind. Synths, like it's kind of like, you know, when some people say, "Oh, we're going to make," you have like an approach to making music that's like, "I'll just do whatever I'm going to do to benefit the song," like using random sounds, using whatever. It's like that in its most distilled form, where like you would listen to it and be like, I have no fucking idea how you kind of make the decision to put that in, but it kind of works, and I'm about it. And I think it's in terms of musical creativity, Bon Iver is an incredible band. Definitely listen to their album 22 a Million, because that is.
So I just had a quick Google, and the top question is, how do you pronounce Bon Iver?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
How do you
how
say it,
low
yeah?
do you want to go with this? Because I know like the whole backstory of the guy Justin Vernon, but yeah, I'm literally this is going to be a 4-hour stream if we go down this road. It's really
Well, we'll have to discuss it over a drink on Saturday, I think.
100%. But yeah,
Yeah.
those are three that are always like strong influences. One that's two that are current listens. One of those being Bon Iver, that's a big kind of influence on how I like to approach making music and just like pure creativity. I'm not a fucking patch on that, I will say. And then Foo Fighters, just because it's such a formative time in my life, and that just put me in the direction, I think. And like they're just incredible. Like every song's a fucking anthem. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, literally. I know. I remember listening to Wasting Light so much.
Mm.
Like, well, obviously Echoes as well, but like Wasting Light in particular, I remember just having it like every single song on there. It's not as, like I wouldn't skip any song on that album if it came on. You know.
Yeah, massive album.
Yeah, I think especially with the Taylor Hawkins thing, I didn't really realize how many people knew his name, for example, until like the massive outpour that is everywhere on social media, even people at clubs and bars that we were playing for and chatting to, they all knew. They were aware of this guy, and you think, well, you got to do something right to get to that level, haven't you? Really?
Yeah. And I think it transcends just like playing drums. I think him as a personality, as energy.
Huge performer as well. Like,
yeah, like I think what did I read? Might have been Michael said or something, but it was like Taylor Hawkins is the only man that could be on stage with Dave Grohl and draw the attention.
Yeah.
I managed to see them in Reading before COVID hit, and it went up. My dad was supposed to go actually, and he couldn't go, and it was a Sunday ticket. And on the Saturday, he was like, "Oh, do you want these tickets? You go with a mate." And we were like, I'm in an iron about it. We thought, fuck it, let's just go do a Sunday at Reading. And they were headlining. And I cannot even begin to tell you how glad I am that I went to that day.
I can
Obviously,
imagine, dude.
hindsight's an incredible thing, but like that was just an unbelievable show. And there was a whole like 10-minute section when Taylor was just doing a solo he's got on his drum kit, obviously it has like a massive load of toms from these tiny little piccolo ones and all this mad percussion, and it was just him like smashing these tiny little toms and like go-go's and shit, and everyone was just loving it.
Nice.
And they played with Rick Astley as well. Rick Astley came out and did Never Gonna Give You Up. It was just like a surreal experience.
I bet that was something else. Yeah. At Reading as well.
Yeah, my eyes were receiving information, but my brain was not computing.
Yeah.
I saw Rick Astley. I saw him live a few years ago. Actually, it was just like a random event that came about, and ended up at this show and meet the band and everything. But some of his new stuff is like really good, like really, really good. So I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, I think there was a song called Soul or something like that. But the way they played it live, so their bass player, he runs a sub pedal, so everything is chunky and it just shakes the room every time he hits a note. And that song hit hard, man. That was good, yeah. Didn't expect to enjoy it that much. So sometimes we put up like a little post on Instagram on stories, any sort of fan submitted questions. And one of the ones we got for this round is, what is the first album you bought?
The first album I bought, Pray for Plagues by Bring Me the Horizon.
Nice.
Cool.
That's good and reasonable.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's still.
Should we send that one round, boys?
I mean, I don't remember what album I bought first.
Banger for this one.
Yeah.
Or the Gorillaz self-titled.
That's pretty good.
That's the first one I actually bought, like with my own money, my pocket money my mum gave me. My Gorillaz.
I think mine was like, I remember distinctly owning Wombats, A Guide to Love, Loss and Desperation, like really, really early. But I don't know if it was like my first one I bought. I remember owning that though. I definitely had the classic like Blink-182 one as well. But I don't remember which one I bought first, to be honest. I cannot tell you.
Mine might have been, and now that's what I call music compilation. It's one of them.
Yeah. Back when they were, I'd say, better, I guess.
Yeah.
Sort of. I think I'm not sure if mine was Shane Ward. I hate to bring it up. I'm not sure.
He loves it. Like, this is bigger than a recurring thing, by the way. I think he's brought this up like 3 separate times.
He loves it. He loves Shane Ward.
He's trying to bring it
But
back.
the thing is, I'm unsure if I was bought that or if I bought it. Now, I think, because I'm pretty sure Busted wasn't a particularly
definitely owned
a
that.
shop bought copy.
I
A gift for everyone.
owned that.
Busted.
Yeah, Busted.
Yeah.
In fact, you just found it.
If we ever
Yeah.
get a gig with
Found
Busted,
it.
that'll be it for me. We'll peak.
On a CD
Completed music.
in Wimborne Market. That's closed now. I can say that stuff. That's gone.
Speaking of, did you guys ever get like the little minivan which had like CDs in the back, go around and like sell CDs and DVDs, which were definitely like pirated?
Where did he touch you?
No, it was called like Gems or something. It was like a
You didn't have to
like
pay
a
for it.
minivan.
Just come in and jump on his bed.
no.
I didn't have
Was
a
it just my
minivan.
street?
Mm.
All right.
Never
Again, I was proper in like council house estate place. That makes sense.
I don't know. You had door to door fucking CD sales.
You know, we bought Day After Tomorrow from him.
Oh,
It worked.
Really?
£5
It
bargain, mate.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that might be where I got my busted CDs. Maybe. Like through a
Yeah,
third
he always had
party.
those CDs. He knew the market.
Yeah, the little like
Very entrepreneur.
printed off PNG format, like the album covers. They're
No,
fantastic.
it wasn't
Like
even. It was
CD.
literally just blank CD case with blank CD
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like Sharpie on it. Like,
No. Aaron, what was
Burning
yours?
them.
Well, to be fair, the first memory I have of buying a CD, I'm sure I bought one at some point when I was a kid or whatever, but it was when I got my first car. And you know, it's like you get an old banger and it has a CD player, so you can't connect your phone to it. So I just went out and brought
Tape deck,
a few
man.
CDs. But I think if I remember rightly, the very first one was actually 10,000 Fists by Disturbed.
Decent.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know me.
I haven't checked it out yet, but I
Mm.
think Disturbed have dropped some new tracks. I think they're
yeah, well, me and Aaron
Yeah.
listened to it,
in
didn't
the
we?
car the other day.
Any
How-
good?
I haven't
Yeah,
heard.
it was.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
Good.
They're moving from strength to strength. Honestly,
Mm.
since they did
Well,
that.
they had a little low, I think, with the last album. But
Yeah, the last one was a bit. I mean,
they're
it was
back on.
good, but
Was that the one where they
Mm.
covered Sound of Silence? Because that was good to me. I thought.
That was ages ago.
I
Yeah.
like that.
That's a lot.
That's
Mm.
when
Years
they
ago.
they
I think
really
it was
came
that
back
one,
on the
yeah.
radar for me. I
Mm.
thought maybe it was just that cover then.
They need more of the hitting
I enjoyed the
your
album.
mum stuff with all the songs.
Yeah.
No, mommy,
They need
don't
more of
do it
that.
again.
Don't do it again,
Yeah, that was like a Corn tribute almost.
Why did they put that in the song? Like, it's-
It got cut from all the radio edits as well.
of course it
I think
did.
everyone then went out and cut it as well.
So, Warren, back to performance and live music. Is there a moment that's particularly stood out to you when you've been on stage performing?
Yeah, but probably not in a good way.
Oh. Oh, these are
All right.
normally
No, no,
positive.
no,
aren't
that's
they?
it.
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
no,
what
I'm
stuck
ready,
out?
I'm ready.
What was it? Which
I think a lot of people go on stage and they have like a real fear of things going wrong.
Mm.
And I basically got all of my things going wrong out of the way really early, so I don't have that fear anymore. But there's my first ever like show I played with a band. I used to go to this youth club in Christchurch called the Lighthouse, and they had like a little recording studio. It was fucking sick. And they had like a little festival, and they put up a stage, and I did a cover kind of band. We did some really cool songs, did like Monkey Wrench, and just had a load of fun. And then I decided to do a cover of a City and Colour song, but I put the capo on the wrong fret. I put it like 2 frets out, and I basically sang the entire song like in the wrong key, and it was like probably the most humiliating 5 minutes of my life, because I knew it was so bad I couldn't find it. So that stands out. And then I played at the Winchester up in Bournemouth when it was the Winchester.
Oh yeah.
It's the Vault now, I think it is, like a little club.
Okay.
And they had all these sub cabinets in front of the stage, and it had this really nice like velour blanket over it. And we were doing, I can't remember what we were doing. I think it was like our hardcore days. And I was like, really, it was a battle of the bands. We were like so out of place and we were so bad, but we were just fucking giving it everything. And I was like, I'm going down into the crowd and I like shout and do all my shit. And I must have been like 17. And then I turned around and I just 2-foot jumped back onto the sub cabinets. But the little blanket they had just fell out from under my feet and I fucking face planted right into it. Took it off, and I went to the side of the stage to go up the little stairs and I fell up those as well. And it was absolutely
The double whammy.
Oh, that's savage, man.
so yeah, honestly, like if I don't fall off stage, I consider it a good gig.
Nice. Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
but definitely, like we played a Chaplin show for my birthday back in March,
Nice.
and it was wicked. It was just like a really, you have some of those shows and everyone just seems to be on good form. It's a really good vibe. Like everyone's just there to have a good time. And we did a cover of I Want to Know What Love Is, but it's like a kind of fast Bruce Springsteen-y, like almost Sam Fender-y type thing. and we're just doing a sing along at the end, and it's just awesome. But I don't know, like I love playing. I love playing, and seeing people enjoy. And you guys will probably relate. You make music for so many years, and you put so much into it, and sometimes it feels like it's all for nothing. And then sometimes you get on stage and you see a couple of people like really grooving, or they like sing the words, they know the words, and they're getting down to it, and you're just like, this is fucking sick. So anytime that happens is great. But yeah, I just love that. I say I'm not scared of getting on stage, but clearly all of these really bad things are just sticking with me, aren't they? In fear of face planting all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say there's any one particular moment. Birthday gig was wicked. But yeah, I just like going up there and having a good time, really. That's what it's about. Sounds really cliche, really cheesy, but if you're not having a good time,
that's all
then
it
you're
is,
doing
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
I think I can't remember who it was we had on the other week. We were discussing sort of the idea that, especially with musicians, you get up on stage and some kind of recognition of what you're doing in a positive light is kind of half the job for us. Like we put in all these hours behind the scenes to make it look absolutely fluent on stage, because you want to make it look effortless, but it's not effortless. Yeah. So when you get that kind of recognition, you get, you know, a crowd that's really behind you. I think that does make it entirely worth it every time. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think this weekend we had sort of like a little mini tour. We've been having a bit of a crazy July, actually. We're doing seven dates this month. It's been heavy, but then also like 4 live streams, and yeah, I'm also like renovating the house and stuff. But it's like, oh. But, it's pretty full on. That's why I've blurred the background. It got just too bad.
You can still see the mess. You can't blur the mess.
Don't worry.
I don't know what you're on about. That's just pixels, bro.
Spilt water on the mess.
Yeah.
Someone smeared Vaseline over the mess.
Nice and shiny.
It's like something's happening in the background. It's too hot to show on Facebook. Or blur the whole thing.
Censored.
Secret, yeah.
Yeah, we had a few gigs this weekend, especially. So we played, you know, Cobblestones we never played before. That was really cool. It wasn't the biggest crowd, but it was a really fun crowd. They were getting involved. And there are a few people we saw there that we recognized from where we played in places like Yeovil. So having people actually travel the distance to come see us was, I think that was pretty nice. That felt good.
Yeah.
Like that.
But then the following night we had Ilfracombe, and that was a night out. That was good.
That was sick though.
Yeah, so there's some chaps we've been speaking to who are on a label, and it was the guy who runs it. It was his birthday, and also there's a venue up there that they tend to run a lot of shows in, and it was the owner of the venue's birthday as well. So they brought us up to play. We had Neil Bailey opening for us. A lot of you won't know who that is. He's kind of that was a whole other level. But he played in Pink Floyd for about 15 years or something. So
he's sick. Honestly, this dude is probably the most.
We were all sat there, weren't we? Like going through some sort of religious experience.
Yeah, man.
And at the end of the set, we just looked at each other and we go, right, we got to follow that now.
Yeah, mate, we got on that.
That's what I was thinking. Because he put all his. Go on, Aaron. You go.
For some context, this chap, he turned up, complete hippie dress, looked absolutely awesome. But he just sat down, didn't sing, just sat down and played his guitar for probably a good half an hour, 45 minutes. Loop pedals going, all of this. He knew his stuff, and it blew the whole place away. It was incredible.
He did. It was sick.
I was saying that Aaron pulled the show. Like he had a Gibson Les Paul and like a really old Fender Telecaster, and I was like, it's probably like 10 grand's worth of guitars or something.
Yeah, literally, just those two.
Like unbelievable.
Yeah,
the tone was amazing.
That last track, really, I think. I didn't see anyone blink. It was like people were mesmerized. They were like, "Oh," you know. It was kind of a trippy experience. Actually, it's when
no more people.
Music can kind of elevate you to that and make you think in different ways and things. So, yeah, I think that was definitely a new highlight personally for me. I mean, I did also enjoy. You know, we stayed on a campsite instead of booking a hotel. We decided to stay on a farm and camp it out. We had like chickens invading the campsite and stuff, which was pretty rare.
Cobblestones on the first evening.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah,
yeah, that particular show, and you know, we come on after that, and we had like a running in joke with these guys, and they like pranked us on that, and that was fun. You just think like, this is the kind of show I want to be playing, because everything was so much fun. But then as soon as we started playing the music, everyone was back like jokes aside, they were like in the mood, in the moment. And you see people who you've only met a few times. They're from like 3 hours away, but they're singing along, they're clapping along, they're getting up and dancing. I think that's what it's all about. I think that's definitely what it's all about.
For sure.
People having a good time to your music.
Oh, it's so good. It feels amazing. And do you know what? Chaplin's actually. Let's have a quick chat about Chaplin's because we've not actually played there yet. We're looking at maybe booking a show there sort of September kind of time. I think we're going to aim. Yeah.
I think
the stage.
Stage
go on.
is like pretty similar to Obsidian, isn't it? Like so show size wise.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's pretty comparable, but it kind of like curves around, so it doesn't feel.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little deeper, and I don't know what your drum setup is, but you will basically you'll be pushed in a little alcove at the back, and that is where you live for the gig.
No. Out of sight, out of mind, brother.
My little burrow on mine.
Usually right in there, with a fat fucking wedge in your face.
Oh, sorry, don't worry about that.
I need wedge.
Yeah, he's got it, bro. We don't need it.
Yeah, you get then. But it's always depends on what day you play. But if you guys are pretty industrious, you seem like you work hard to promote your shit. If you get a few people down, it's always a good vibe. And the cool thing about there is that it's a great vibe all the time. Just people. It's one of the last, or I would say, it's not really equipped as a proper venue. It is, but like your kind of joiners kind of things.
Yeah, it's got its own scene sort of thing. Is that?
Yeah, it's got its own kind of scene, and it's just like it feels genuine down there. It's always a good time. It's just people that like music. The setting is awesome. It's just kind of a bit of like, it's a bit of fun. We always have like. I consider it our kind of like little clubhouse for our band. Like I think you always have one little venue that you like, and for us it's Chaplin's for sure.
Yeah,
it's just
for sure.
Good time. So I definitely sort out a show there for sure. I'd recommend it. Plus the beer garden is wicked. The garden is awesome.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think we've all been in the beer garden.
Yeah, that's the bit I know. Yeah,
yeah, it's cool. And basement.
We could always have a chat about that, see if there's something that could be done there in the future, maybe. We'll talk about that after. So that's kind of what we're hoping from Obsidian as well, because when we went there, we kind of got the vibe that actually there are people turning up for the venue as well as the music, which I think is quite obviously as a musician, that's a good thing. You get new people in the door who have never heard you before, and hopefully you can impress them, and they might want to have a chat after the show, because it's an intimate venue, right? The stage is right in front of them. So, and it's a small room as well, so you can pretty well chat to everyone on that night, which is kind of a selling point for us. We're very talkative, and I think that's part of the fun for us, is meeting all these people. They've all got different stories and experiences, so we get a lot of that out of it. It does seem like maybe Obsidian's going to start building a bit of a scene for itself, or at least has started to. And fingers crossed we'll see more places pop up like that, because I think both Chaplin's and Obsidian have got such personality to them. I think, and also we actually played a show recently at a place called the Bear Cave, which is the new endeavor by Bear, the Bournemouth Bear. So we checked that out. That was really cool. I think there's already a scene around that. I mean,
but there is. They just moved across the road. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's the guy who used to run Anvil, so he's now got his own venue and he's calling his own shots. And honestly, so far they've been good calls. Yeah. So great sound system. Get playing in there if you can.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I feel like when I was a teenager, there was so much going on in Bournemouth. And even things like, we've had a lot of venues closed down, sadly. And even like major artists that would be playing the Bic all the time, it's like they get to Southampton and they kind of dodge Bournemouth now.
Yeah, they get rid of it.
I think you're lucky to even get bands, like major bands, come and play Southampton. It's almost like Brighton, like especially if it's an international.
London and Brighton, isn't it? Yeah.
You're lucky. Yeah, London is like the given, and then you might get a Brighton like at the Dome or whatever the one on the seafront is, Brighton Centre, I think. So it's nice to see a scene being cultivated again, because we need it, basically.
Yeah, and I think the more it happens, there's a few people on the scene down here definitely working hard for that. There's a chap called Dom who works really hard at getting a lot of the sort of bigger bands in from the area. He does, I think he's Bournemouth Live or BH. He's not BH, but he's a Bournemouth
Yeah.
Live guy, and he's been booking acts for Teddy Rock
Foundation.
Festival, for example. But I think it's starting to get noticed more and more. I mean, something that surprised me, Biffy Clyro are coming down, and they're
yeah,
not
they
to
got
everyone's
Architects
taste, but
as
that's
well.
a huge band. Biffy Clyro with Architects support, that's
As
pretty
well.
mega.
Yeah.
That is, you know what? Honourable mention to Biffy Clyro in like musical influences, because
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, Biffy Clyro.
Opposites is one of the greatest fucking rock albums, in my opinion, of all time. It is so good. And Architects, I absolutely love. So that is going to be a
Yeah.
mad boy.
I
will
feel like
be a-
Architects are now like the reliable guys. If they're bringing out a single, you're going to enjoy it. Like
Yeah,
it's just
for
good.
sure.
It's just nice getting like hearing them on fucking Radio 1.
Yeah, man.
Like listening
Yeah,
to
yeah,
their
yeah, right.
first album and like how heavy and disgusting it was, and almost like genty, like my sugar vibes. Like I've put on the radio and they're playing. I'm like, you feel like you're like, yeah, boys,
Wakes you
get it.
up for 5 minutes, doesn't it?
I
Wow,
like it.
it's not
That's
Ed
gonna
Sheeran
be-
again.
Oh no, Architects.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hopefully, we'll see more and more of it. So, one of the questions we also like to ask people we have on to chat with us is, what kind of hobbies do you have outside of music?
I like the sea. I like the sea.
I like to see.
I
I
like
like
big
the
wet.
big otter. I am. I like fishing. I like going out on boats. I like recently getting into spearfishing a bit. I won't lie, I'm not caught anything. I'm fucking shit at it. But it's just great being out there. I love it. And then
So when
really,
you get the hang of that's pretty manly. That's it's pretty
Gets you
cool.
the point, isn't it?
if I don't drown myself first, then I'll be really cool. But at the moment, I'm barely surviving. Yeah, it's a good time. Always down the beach. Love swimming. Surfing until obviously summer kicked in, because basically just like a water baby. I love it. Always have done.
Nice.
And then it's just music, really. As you guys can probably relate, that's probably 90%.
Yeah, yeah.
It's every other thought, to be fair. Yeah.
It's like 5%
practical
C,
thing, music. Practical thing, music. It's constant. Yeah.
90% music, and then the rest is just like things you have to do to pay the rent.
Yeah, to be able to play music.
Yeah, that's it.
Funds it, doesn't it? Yeah, that's cool, man. I went down the beach like for the first time in I guess about a year the other day. So
Yeah.
refreshing. Like
I did that.
went
but
for a
honestly,
kayak, and yeah, it was nice.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Bournemouth Beach now just makes me sad though. 'cause
Yeah, I
there's-
can't go to Bournemouth
there's
Beach.
there's so much shit everywhere. It just fucking drives me mad.
Yeah,
I have to
I
go
live-
down to, like
I
the
go there anymore.
Chimes or like Pool Key or somewhere down there. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Sandbanks is
Bournemouth
decent.
Beach, man.
Yeah.
Sandbanks is good.
It seems to be kind of preserved. No, like you don't get as many tourists down Sandbanks anymore. I thought it used to be the other way around. But even Boscombe now, Boscombe Beach is just completely stacked. When it's a hot day, you get like 500,000 people down the beach. It's a bit much.
It's mad.
Because you know what they did is they poured so much money into advertising Bournemouth
Yeah.
Beach Resort, and then they didn't. Dishonourable shout out to Bournemouth and Pool Council.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Every
Shame
time
on
they
them.
come up.
Shame.
You've seen the shit show that the beach is. It gets destroyed. And I'm passionate about that. But they massively advertised it. It's like, hey, everyone come to Bournemouth Beach, and then didn't bother funding any like reasonable cleanup or
Yeah.
security or anything.
No
and then everyone's
infrastructure
like,
at all.
oh my
Yeah.
god, why is the beach trashed all the time? It's like, well, why do you think? Like, there's fucking 500,000 people down there right now.
Yeah.
But I do love it. I do love it.
Good
And
2 bins between
I'm
them.
very blessed to be in this place, like, for sure.
I'd say the good news is a few miles down the road you got like Camford Cliffs, and if you want to go, you can go Hangers Headway. I guess where's best for surfing at the moment? Because I know that from what I'm aware of anyway, that Boscombe surf beach was a bit of a shit show.
Best place for surfing right now is probably the other side of the world, if I'm going to be honest. Like,
Nice, yeah.
the forecast today, and it's flat. Like summer, we don't get a lot. Autumn and winter, High Cliff, Boscombe is good, but not the bit that they built to surf on.
Amazing.
That's just a big waste of time.
That's the next
Alright.
dishonourable shout out.
Yeah. Dishonorable shout out BCP again. Can we get a tally going? Bing bing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a waste.
We've got our thumbnail now.
We've not even
Yeah.
mentioned potholes yet. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it's not
right.
going well for 'em.
God damn, I'm getting old.
You
Basically, the
just coming
pillars
along
of-
and leaving rubbish on our feet.
What do I pay taxes for?
yeah, right. Oh, don't get me started on tax, guys. That's really
It's theft. Changed my mind.
yeah. Bournemouth, or like I love a trip down to Studland Way, like
Nice.
Kimmeridge,
Yeah,
Swanage. Great.
See all the naked men. All the-
Honourable
Man,
mention.
You
I
ever been
remember
to
honourable.
Simon? You always cut me
Go
off.
on.
You ever been to Cornwall for surfing?
Yeah.
I did a camping and surfing trip down Cornwall, like as a family holiday thing, and it was waves, absolutely massive,
yeah.
scarily
it's
massive.
fun.
Like
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Probably the best place in England, isn't it? All coming off the Atlantic there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're so far down the channel here that kind of little reaches us. But in the height of COVID, a friend of mine, we just did a weekend trip down to Cornwall. We told them it was a business trip, and we turned up. I booked it, and for some reason I was like, "Oh, we're in a lockdown," but it seems to let me book an Airbnb just fine, so I'll just do it. And we turned up, and they're like, "So, what's the purpose of your visit down here?" And we were like, and we were like surfboard salesmen because the surfboard
Yeah.
they were like strapped to the top of my car, and I was like, "We're research and development, surfboard guys,"
Well
and
played.
that's why we sat outside the fucking hotel and just got smashed like at 10 at night. 'Cause we're on basic. But yeah, we used to do loads of family trips
Those ideas.
when I was a kid. So beautiful
Nice.
coastline, awesome.
Yeah, it's good down there.
Wait, Callum, can you surf?
Huh?
You can surf?
Oh, I did. We used to do surfing, and then we'd all bring bodyboards as well. Obviously, bodyboarding is so easy, so much more fun.
So good.
Yeah, my dad always had a surfboard, but
Nice.
I'm not very good at it, like, at all.
You need to remind me, and I'm doing it.
I can get to like standing on it, and then for about a second, and then that's it.
yeah, camera.
But I don't know what to do after that. That's about it.
I wonder if you'd be any better considering the amount of skateboarding you've done in the last few years.
I skated first. I don't know if it's got
No,
board
then.
at the end. I've done it. Like snowboarding, done. Surfboard, boogie board,
Done.
skimboard, skateboard. What else is there? Any other boards?
Mm.
Whiteboard, done it.
I think the closest I got to that was skimboarding. Really, I did used to love that.
Yeah,
Good
skimboarding is
15
good.
meter skim.
Especially
Watch
Bournemouth's
out.
really good for skimboarding.
I think
it is good for.
Yeah.
Sandbanks used to have a I don't know what it's called, but where the sand comes up and then it goes back down again. You get
The
like the
beach.
shallows.
Water.
It's water and then it goes sand.
There was some wet and then there was some dry, and then I put my wood on it, and that was that. You know,
Yeah.
that was good. No, that was good fun though. Really enjoyed that. So I think we're coming up already to the hour mark. So I think we'll bring up what kind of. Actually, have you got any albums or EPs out or anything like that yet?
I don't. I've got a whole load of singles. I say a whole load. Got a few singles. We've got some plans, as everyone does.
Mm.
But we've got a couple. We've got loads of plans. Fucking hell, plans coming out of my ear.
Just the way.
We've got two
innit?
singles that are mastered and ready to go. They will be coming out in the next kind of 2 months.
Mm.
I don't know how much I can say about it without getting killed by my mum/manager, because she handles all the business side of my music. But we've got a plan to release a whole bunch of singles and then potentially an album towards the end of the year. Yeah, you'll just have to follow me on Spotify to keep up to date with that. But yeah,
Nice.
we've got a couple out. Bad Idea, which we'll be playing on Saturday, which is like our kind of Black Keys vibe. Irish Rose is out, which is like a more synthy, like summery bop. Melting Pot, which is almost like a bit of a gospel influence, like rock track.
Nice.
Yeah, a few
I
different
remember
bits.
Melting Pot. That's the one that stood out to me when we saw you guys. Actually, I really like that track.
I think we linked
Kind of
that
got like
one.
Arctic Monkeys, but heavier almost.
It's you know what? It's not a track that I'm like the biggest fan of. I
Really?
just think it's really boring at this point. but like people fucking love it. It's always good fun, and like you have those tracks, like especially when you're making new music and practicing new stuff, that like you have to really concentrate to play, and then you have some tracks that are literally muscle memory.
Yeah.
That is one of them. But it always gets a great reaction, which is awesome. And I think in practice, I'm always a bit like, ugh, we got to play this. And then when it comes to live, it's like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
Yeah. Some songs just need an audience to come alive, don't they?
Yeah. But that's also got a music video that we shot, directed, edited ourselves as well. I just signed up one of my mates, Jess, to hold the camera. She'd never done it before. I was like, just take this and point it at this person. And press the button on top, and she absolutely killed it. Yeah, so we did that. And yeah, a few things coming out this year, but like I say, and not to plug, but like Warren Wentworth on Instagram is probably the best place to keep up to date with things. It's been a little quiet lately because I've actually destroyed my phone. Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah.
that's wow.
You know how much bullshit I get for this, and like I'm so close to my upgrade that I just use it.
What's that little light doing up there?
How far are you off? How long you got to last?
What's the date today? Let me see if I can check.
27. 27. You gotta make it.
Like a week.
One light flashing away. I love it. That's just the
Yeah.
the
dying flickers of my iPhone. That's the soul leaving the body. That is.
That's this SOS message. Like.
Kill me.
My battery's low. and it's getting
Now-
But yeah, we got a few bits coming out. Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you like. Tidal. Who the fuck uses Tidal?
Now, I've just
no-
checked you out on YouTube, and I'm proud to announce we are your 69th subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
brother. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
subscribe on my other account and ruin your fun.
Oh, I'm gonna block you. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Unsubscribe you.
I'll leave it for a while.
Yeah,
Keep deleting people from now on.
When publishing companies are like,
Nice.
yeah, your socials aren't good enough. You've only got 69 subscribers. I'll be like, that's intentional, actually.
Yeah.
It's like
So
that's real marketing, duh.
Right. Now we're gonna save it, and we're not gonna subscribe again until you hit 419, so it can be 420 as well.
Sweet.
Take that away.
I'll expect you to be my 69,000th subscriber as well.
Once we get to 6,969, that's
Yeah.
We'll be
But, yeah. Socials, Warren Wentworth on all my socials if you want to keep up to date with that shit. Got a few bits coming. Are we playing anything new? We'll be playing the next single on Saturday for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Forward to hearing it.
Are we
Hey,
allowed
that
to
one
know?
live
You
yet,
say it's
or-
in the next few months. Are we allowed to know how soon?
Next few months.
No, because I haven't set the release date for it yet.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
But it will be. We've got to get the artwork done. August. It'll be August for sure.
Awesome. Oh, that's soon. That's
Probably the end of August because release.
it's August
plans
in
and
5
launch
days.
dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
probably like the last day of August.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
We've got a few things coming out. We're a little bit light on the ground on singles at the moment, but we've been in the studio basically all this year. Which I haven't plugged shamelessly there. We built a recording studio, so Michael and I.
Nice.
Michael 90%, because he's got all the lovely analog recording gear. But we've got a little studio called Spaceman Sound over in Sway, which is where we track and mix everything ourselves. So we basically spent this year fucking around, making music, making a lot of bad music, and then making some good music.
Always the
And
way.
yeah, so I think we've got 9-10 tracks that are on the go at the moment, all in various stages of being written or being recorded. 2 that are coming out, and yeah, I'll leave it there. But Warren Wentworth on all socials, YouTube, Napster. Apparently, I found out music's on. Napster's still a thing.
Apparently so.
Mad.
We've been told we're off to Alibaba and China and stuff. I'm like, can't wait to talk
Wicked.
China.
Love that.
They'd never let us in China.
Yeah, dude, there's no way.
They'd never
What
do
are they
it.
gonna do with us in China?
Oh, it's our music's so like anti-establishment. Could you imagine?
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Imagine if you got massive in China though. That'd be wicked.
Right, dude. What
That'd
we need to do
be
is make a song about
game
Winnie the
ender,
Pooh,
yeah.
and we'll get shot. That's all we need.
Yes. I can't believe they banned Winnie the Pooh just because of that.
I love the idea of it.
That's crazy.
Right. Here's the thing: if you ban it because of that, you're basically like admitting it's like, yeah, I definitely do look like Winnie the Pooh. You're right. That's basically all that means.
Every day he wakes up, puts on his little red trunks. And
Eats a
no,
jar
I'm
of
not
honey.
Winnie the Pooh.
It's like Boris Johnson banning the Muppets. It just doesn't make sense.
Do you do that?
Oh, Jacob.
No, no, you could.
I was
Jacob
gonna
said
say.
melting pot's a banger.
Jacob said, I didn't spot this. Good spot. Melting Pot is a banger. Jacob is in Who's Amy, by the way. Was he playing that show, Aaron?
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
it was. Was it his first show? I think.
I'm not sure.
No, he did his first show at the railway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On that
Oh,
weekend.
Jacob.
Yeah, that was the railway. Yeah.
That
We were
Jacob.
there.
We were
But it was your
there.
favorite.
We-
Your
we
favorite
were-
show, wasn't it, Jacob?
His first favourite show.
Thank you, Jason, by the way.
And
Thank
we
you,
ask
Jason.
him about
All
the
of you.
highlights of it, like when he's played. That'll be it, right there.
Yeah. No, that was a great show.
We should
I
get
really
Jacob
enjoyed
on. Aaron, get Jacob on right now.
Yeah, he's out somewhere.
Just for I guess for context, Jacob is in fact Aaron's brother. So it's not just like they live together or he's abducted him or anything like that.
Yeah, he lives
they're
in Aaron's
related.
cupboard.
Yeah, we keep him under the sink, you know.
Kiss Willow on bass.
Yeah. Well, based under the sink.
The foundations fell through of the house, so he's down there being the base. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think we're at the hour mark. If you're happy to wrap it
Yeah,
up, boys, we
boys.
can do that.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll leave the
Well,
rest of the weekend.
Anything else? No, wait. I got one more question.
Oh,
oh.
yeah, go on.
What's your highest level in RuneScape?
Right, see you later, boys.
That's the end of that. Like, the worst part is we can't even close the stream. Like, how is it control of it?
It's
I'm
Sorry,
in
mate.
control. It
As long
ends.
as you
We're
let-
done when
Down.
when I say
Come
we're
on.
done.
You can tell there's a few here stuck on Tutorial Island, but that's fine.
Damn.
They ain't even done Cook's Quest.
You should have.
Cooks
You
are
should have
so-
answered with "What's RuneScape?"
Do you know what? I'm gonna say probably like 24 on my current account because I had an absolute god tier account. Was a
Legend.
31, which is and I lost that. I got hacked and I never got it back.
Ooh.
And that was probably about 10 years ago, 13 years ago, and
he's
it's still
never gone
haunts me.
back. Yeah.
I remember
I
my
kept on old
my
school
King
RuneScape
Cobra
and
20
I-
account, and that's gone forever too. Yeah,
Oh, rip.
that was level
Okay,
70
okay.
something. So
Yeah, I
that
don't know
was
where
a
my
long-
old account is. Gone.
Disappeared.
My old
No
account
idea.
is
It was
Desdemona,
on
yeah.
a dead email. Yeah. Dead email is gone.
This is niche.
Yeah, all right, chaps. Go on. Have that.
Right, well, thank you so much for joining us this
It's
evening.
not niche,
Warren, anyway.
Simon. Actually, wait, hang on.
Oh god.
Did you know-
Comes back in.
Old school RuneScape
This
has
is the most vocal he's ever been.
It's
by
got
the way.
more-
Honestly, he's never been more engaged with anything.
I'm talking. Everyone, shut. I'll mute all of you. I'll serve and mute all of you, and you can't do anything.
The power.
It's got more active accounts than Final Fantasy Online. How about
That's a
that?
wrap.
How about that? It's the most popular MMO right now. It's more popular than Worldcraft. Or what? Worldcraft? What? World of Warcraft. Mental.
Right, I think we're gonna have to have RuneScape music as I walk on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, please. Please
Can
do
it be? Please be flute salad. It's an absolute banger.
Yeah.
Is that Monkey Island theme? Do I know that? Oh, no.
Hang on,
When's
mate.
the cover coming out, boys?
We gotta do it, haven't we?
But we did that in the
actually-
studio, didn't we? We did Sea Shanty 2 in the studio.
Oh, Sea Shanty 2 on loop.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Never again.
You can't
Oh,
anymore.
well,
That guy's the guy who made it's a paedophile, apparently.
Yeah, we can't listen to it anymore.
Oh,
Sadness.
to be fair,
Well,
when's the last time you listened to Lost Prophets? Huh?
Yikes.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching.
No, seriously, cheers for coming on and putting up with our shit.
Yes.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. And just
Yeah,
to
man.
summarize, we all got our start in Guitar Hero. BCP Council is shit, and
Yeah.
RuneScape is sick.
Yeah,
There you go. Those are my
Yeah,
three
yeah.
takes.
That's the key talking points.
There
Well,
are
the music
takeaways.
There we go.
These are
Yeah,
the three
it's my
key
pleasure,
points we'll
boys.
discuss on Saturday in front of a live audience.
Yeah.
Should we do a little panel show?
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Could you imagine?
It'd be great for
yeah,
the first
so-
30 seconds.
if you're looking for tickets, guys, who's watching, the ticket link is in the description of the video and all over our pages. That's Obsidian in Bournemouth this Saturday evening. Come on down, check us out. Stick around for some drinks afterwards. Warren, are you sticking around for some drinks afterwards?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think we should
Got a
bring
drinking dry, haven't we?
boys. I think we should.
What?
Get ready for some circle headbanging, is all I'm going to
Should
say.
we bring the tents?
The
Camp
tent.
in Boscombe.
I don't think we'll survive that.
No,
I think barreling back is the way.
Yes.
Well,
Fair-
hopefully we'll see as many of you as we can this Saturday for our
Or
headline
Thursday.
set, support from Warren Wentworth. Yeah,
Mm.
if you can't make Saturday, but you happen to not be busy tomorrow,
For some reason on the school night.
please do come on down to the Sanford pub in Wareham. We'll be there. We're one of about 6 or 7 bands playing, I think. So it's a good night of free music, and we'll
Yeah,
see
it's
you
gonna
all
be a sick
soon.
time.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.
What if I never click the button though?
We'll leave you in here on your own.
Oh no, you're gonna leave me.
No, I'm going. Hold him
I
hostage.
am the wave that Bournemouth needs to surface now.
I mean, you got to say something funny so I can end the stream on something funny.